Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar on the new and improved employee self-service for mobile. My name is Imran Ahmed, and I'm product manager of HCM working in CMiC for 23 great years. CMiC has a full suite of HCM product, including HR, payroll, e-time, ESS on the desktop version, and I would like to highlight some of the features on our ESS and e-time module today. However, we are now entering into the mobile world, and we will be releasing our first fully integrated employee ESS app, and that we will be focusing on today in our presentation. Before we continue, please note that you can ask your question anytime during this presentation in the chat room, and we will be addressing those questions as we move on in this presentation. However, there will be a Q&A at the end of this session as well. So what do we offer in our employee self-service suite? As I mentioned, CMiC offers a full HCM suite that what I would like to quickly go over what our employee self-service offers. In CMiC ESS, employee can manage their personal data, such as personal employee information, payroll and HR data, tax information, such as W-4 and TD-1 amounts, emergency contact, dependent and beneficiary information. They can view their leave balances, make leave requests to their manager. Employee can also review their pay stub instead of requesting past pay stub from HR and email a PDF copy to themselves right from the app or from the desktop version. The bank account where their salary goes, they can also view their bank accounts for direct deposit, or also available for employee to review and modify anytime. Open enrollment is a crucial part of your employee self-service, and it's part of our employee ESS stack. A qualifying event also a major role in ESS, as this happens almost on daily basis with someone where HR has to engage, make changes manually if you have not adopted self-service. So these are some highlight feature for our ESS employee, but there are many more other features available in employee self-service. Similarly, CMiC offers features for manager self-service. You may have different role in HR department for various activities. HR benefit manager responsible for open enrollment and qualifying event, but HR managers managing employees' personal data. CMiC allow you to configure employee roles in ESS to review and approve employee requests they are responsible for as they come in. You have your own open enrollment period dates or qualifying event period, or want to define your own qualifying event. CMiC allow you to configure part of ESS to tailored self-service based on your need. You can define your own consent message, or you can configure instruction messages for your employees. There are data which does not affect your payroll or HR core processing. However, it useful for employee growth or HR analytics, such as employee personal education or certification, and you would like to give full control to employee to manage their education records, but don't want to approve in every request. Well, CMiC offers you to configure and auto-approve such requests. At the end of the day, you need full control managing and approving this data. And once it's approved, you do not want to do double entry and update all appropriate record in HR and payroll. CMiC does that for you. And fully integrated with payroll in HR. This avoids any human error, data entry error, or double entry, and saves everyone's time. We also offer timesheet modules. So timesheets let you know exactly what your employees are working on. It tracks the efficiency of workers by comparing the amount of time entry they work with the output they produce. The timesheet helps spot employee that performs poorly and costs company money. By telling you who is productive, who is not, timesheets help saves a lot of money for your company. Any company or organization must accurately account the time its workers spend on tasks and projects. A business can meet its deadline, maintain its budget, and achieve success when it uses time effectively. To do this, you need to be able to keep accurate records. This makes timesheet essential to any successful business. CMiC offers a fully integrated e-time module with projects, billing, and payroll. Your employee maintains their time on assigned project and tasks, avoid any errors, and record their time anywhere at any time accurately. The eTime also offers your foreman to manage their crew time in fields, and they don't have to worry about any paperwork or any data entry errors. We offer complex overtime calculation as well based on your unions or company rules, and fewer worries for your foreman or payroll to manage them manually. And lastly, I want to highlight this before we go to our demo. Approving employees' timesheets often involve more than simply checking to ensure the right number of hours were worked on the right projects. What if your employees worked overtime? Were they scheduled to work this time? If so, who approved their hours? Our time approval module makes it easy to manage and approve your team hours. Sometimes you need an additional level of approval to ensure that the project time and budgets are accurate, and CMiC also offers our customers to create their workflow to approve timesheet on multiple levels. CMiC eTime Approval module provides real-time monitoring for all employees' activity before it goes into payroll hands to process their pay. All time must be approved by designated approvers before they go into the payroll system. So these are some of the highlights. I just want to offer that CMiC have a full suite on the desktop side, which we are now taking into the next level, which is the mobile version. I just wanted to now start do the demo for our first ESS app. So this is our CMiC employee self-service. I'm going to log in as me as an employee. So your employee will be living into this app. This is how we are actually designing it. It will be one login for all your employee to do all the employee related activity, whether it's a self-service related operation, whether it's the timesheet related operation, whether they are approver to approve the timesheet, or whether they are HR personnel who will be approving all the profile change requests coming in on their way, or all the vacation requests coming in on their way. So this app will be providing all that features in future. So what does it offer today when we will be releasing it? It will fully offers you or your employees to review the data right now on the mobile app. They can view all the information. However, if they would like to change or request a change, they will be going into the desktop version to make any request change. But this feature will be available in our self-service employee app in future. So as you can see, when I'm logged in, I'm a self-service employee and I have access to the timesheet entry. I have access to my profile information. I have access to my latest pay slips. I have access to my remaining leaves. I can see monitor my leaves, and also I have access all the benefits which I am enrolled in correctly. So I'm going to go through each and every module or each and every component on the self-service. So let's go through the first one, which is profile, employee profile. So as you can see, right here on the top, I have my profile, which I'm going to be click on. And as soon as I click on my profile information, it will take me to see all my detailed information. And I can see my personal information. I can see my address in the system currently saved. I can see all my contact information, which is home related and work related. I can also see where my direct deposit will be emailed to me when it's emailed. I can see all my W4 information, and it is configured based on the company's country, whether you are in UK or whether you are in Canada or whether you are in US. It will automatically change the profile information based on your company. And I can also see all my relative information currently or dependent information currently enrolled in the system. And I also can drill down for each dependent and see their personal information. And it could be address related information and their contact information and all the benefits they are maybe enrolled in the system. So I want to move on to the next component, which is the e-timesheet. So when they log in, As they log in and they can see all their self-serve information, they can enter their own timesheet. They can go to the personal timesheet tab. When I click on the personal timesheet, it will take them into the timesheet entry screen. It will log into the current date as of today. And they can see the weekly view all the time on the handheld device. I can see this weekly timesheet has been entered for me, and I've completed my 80 hours for the period. Now, this period, which I'm showing it right now, is configured as a semi-monthly period. However, I can see it's as a weekly view. If I wanted to see the previous week for the timesheet, I can simply slide in into the previous week by touching the calendar on top. And I can see my previous week's timesheet. If I wanted to see on a daily basis or day-to-day timesheet, I can simply swap in and to left or right to move on and to enter all the timesheet. If I wanted to enter the timesheet for a day, I can press the plus sign, and it will open up the two categories where I can enter my timesheet. Either I want to charge my timesheet to the job I'm working on, or I want to charge the timesheet on the overhead if I'm not working or assigned to any specific project. So let's say if I'm working on a project and I want to enter today's time, I will simply click on the hours and enter my time for today and choose the hour type I'm working on. These hour type are totally configured in our system and give you a complete flexibility that which hour time I can choose or which hour type I can enter my time. It could be normal hours, it could be overtime, double overtime, or any other hours you can configure in the system. If I'm not entitled for overtime hour, that can be completely configured and it will be not shown in my list, and I won't be able to select any overtime or any hour type if you do not allow me to enter it. So let's say I'm choose overtime hour, normal hours, and enter my time and choose the company again. This is all based on the security you configure for an employee, that which project they're assigned to, which companies they're assigned to, and where they can charge their timesheet. They only see the data where you would want them to enter the timesheet to avoid any error. And that's the accuracy when you're working in the e-timesheet. So this employee have access to two different job companies where I can charge my time. So I will choose my time for the pyramid technologies and enter the time for the job. These are the job or these are the project I'm working with. And these are the three projects that are assigned to me. So I'm working on a GT R12, I choose my project, and then I choose my cost where I wanted to charge my time. And that could be designing, development, do the engineering, do the project management, or any other cost I may have in the system, which I'm entitled to enter the timesheet. Again, these are all configurable. You can give the access to the employee, whatever the access you wanted to give. So I'm going to choose the project manager and then choose my category as a labor to enter my timesheet. I can also enter the notes for a payroll or for my manager if I wanted to enter any notes to my manager. So as soon as I finish this, I can simply press the right click on the top and save my timesheet, and it will be appear on my day where I enter the time. So Saturday 23rd, I enter my 4 hours for this project as a project manager, and you can see that it's been pending right now. Pending means that I saved my timesheet locally. It's in the database right now. It's not in the device. It's currently saved in the database at the back end. But payroll cannot see it at this moment because it's in the pending state. As soon as I press the submit button down below, as you can see it, then it will be submitted, just like these two timesheets I submitted earlier. And when I submit this timesheet, they go to the approval process. And when I say approval process, they are with my manager. Whoever is my managers who approve my timesheet is sitting with them to approve this timesheet. As soon as my manager approves this timesheet, they will go to your payroll system directly, and then payroll can take it and continue your payroll processing. Now, this timesheet can be rejected, and as soon as they're rejected by the manager, the indication or the icon will appear on the day, and then the employee can see it right away that my timesheet has been rejected. The manager can also communicate with the notes that why the timesheets are rejected, and the employee must actually correct the timesheet and resubmit the timesheet for the approval process. So this is the whole workflow when you're working with the timesheet. If I would like to delete the timesheet, how would I do it? I simply softly click the timesheet select it, and as you can see, the menu appeared on the top, and you have two actions on the top. Either you can copy this timesheet or you can delete this timesheet. Now, if I wanted to delete it, I simply click the delete icon. It's going to ask me to confirm it, and it will be deleted. Same thing, if I wanted to copy the timesheet, I can copy the timesheet. Let me show you how I copy it. So there's two ways you can copy the timesheet. I'm in the third week right now and entering timesheet for Monday 1st. I'm going to quickly enter the timesheet for job, 8 hours, hour type, normal, company, pyramid, job, and phase as project manager, category is label, and then save it. Now, if I would like to copy this timesheet for the whole week, because this is the project I work for the whole week, I can simply click softly, click on the copy feature. It will allow me to select the range where I want to copy. So I enter the timesheet for Monday 1st and select the 2nd to 5th. Now, as you can see, I'm selecting the range. I'm copying that timesheet from 2nd to 5th February. Now, if you notice, only the period timesheets are actually highlighted from 1 to 15. Which means I can only copy this time within the period. And as I said, it's a semi-monthly period, start on 1st February, end on 15th February. So as soon as I save, the timesheets are copied. I can simply go and add the time if I work different hours on this project on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. As I said, they are in a pending state, they're in a save mode, and I can still add in those timesheets. I can also copy in a different previous next week. So let's say this week I want to copy it. I can say, okay, I want to copy, but I work on next week on the same project. I want to copy it. So I click on save and I select from 6 to 15. And I'm copying this to entire semi-monthly period. As soon as I say save, it's going to alert me that, hey, do you want to copy this time entries for weekend as well? Because there are weekend fall into your selection in the date range. And I said, no, I don't want to copy to the weekend because I didn't work. So it will skip your weekends. As you can see, it skipped the Saturday, Sundays, and then it will only copy the timesheet for Monday to Friday. Now, you're going to ask, what if I have a different weekends? Yes, you could have a different weekend, and that will be supported. That system will know that what your weekends are based on your region. You can also have a copy feature from the previous period. So if, let's say, you want to copy from the previous period, you can simply click on the second menu item and then say copy. It will ask you want to copy the period, the timesheet from period 2 to 3. And if you confirm it, it will copy over all the timesheet from period 2 to period number 3. Okay, as we can see, all my times are double, obviously, because I have completed my previous timesheet. So now I have 16 hours, which I have to clean up. I wanted to also mention here is that you can, when you go to timesheet entry, as you notice that you have this star value on the right hand side. What are those actually? These are your favorites. So if you have access to a different cost code which you may be working on, but you don't work them quite often. So what you can do, you can make the cost code as a favorite is the cost code you're mostly or most of the time working with, and they always appear on the top, and that makes it easier for you to select the cost code you're working with rather than scrolling the menu or searching that cost code all the time. So this feature is available on all the selection criteria, either it's by job or by department or cost code or category. They're all available, so you can make them favorites. So this is the timesheet. And I was just want to show you one more thing, that you can select the period from the calendar. So if I want to go and see what did I do on a previous week, like a previous semi-monthly period, if I select the period number, the date of January 1st, it will take me to the period number 1. As you can see, the period number 1 is changed on top because this date, January 1st, fall into the period number 1. And I entered 8 hours and I was on vacation on period number 1. If I move to the next week, and I can see that, oh, the entire week I was on vacation, I took the PTO, and I can still monitor my timesheet, and you see the message or the status of this timesheet is being posted. It means it's already processed and the payroll is being cut. I still can enter timesheet because this period is still open. However, if I go and if the period is closed, and I can show you, which you can do it softly, and in our system, you can configure if you want to avoid somebody to enter timesheet in a future period, because this is 23rd February, it's not arrived yet. So you don't want them to by mistakenly selecting the wrong period and enter the timesheet, your payroll administrator can close all the future period, give them a very nice message, and that message will appear here that, hey, this period will be open for timesheet entry 2 days prior to the period start date. Please see period information for your period start date and end days. And if they would like to see the dates, hey, what's my start and end date? They can simply click on the 3-dotted, which is this little menu, click on period info, and it will give them the information about their period. That is being assigned in the period, is closed right now, and you cannot enter a timesheet. So this is the timesheet entry, very intuitive, very simple to use. And this is for personal timesheet. Now, if you are responsible to manage your team member timesheet, so let's say I'm a product manager and I'm entering the timesheet for a couple of other product manager or assistant product manager, and I'm entering their own timesheet. So you can build a team, as you can see, employee timesheet down below. Then you can build the team down below. And again, it's configurable. You can add any members you want it. So if I click on Carrie Matheson, which I'm responsible to enter his timesheet, I enter her timesheet, completed it, and I've submitted it for payroll. But if I have another team member which I want to enter timesheet, I click on the employee timesheet, as you see, and it will take me to all the members which I can see it, who I'm responsible or who are my team, which I can enter the timesheet. And again, I can click on anyone, which basically, let's say David Watson is on vacation and he told me, hey, can you enter my vacation time? I'm on vacation, I won't have access to anything. Okay, fine, so I click on David and it will take me to David Watson time and I can enter his timesheet for period number 2 that he's on vacation or PTO. And then I can submit the timesheet for payroll for this week. As you notice that I selected the David, and I didn't make it in favorite because I'm not entering it in time all the time. But if I wanted to enter his timesheet every week, I can click on the favorite case. As soon as I go back, it will be in my dashboard, and I can watch him. I can see him that whether I've entered the David's timesheet or not, whether I completed or not, and you can actually build this dashboard on your device as you move on. So that's the timesheet I want to cover, and move on to the payslip. So here, anytime you process your payroll, as you saw that I showed you that I processed my timesheet for period number, and mostly I was on vacation on a week 1 on a PTO. So when I go and when the payroll is processed, the latest payslip, as soon as the payroll is processed, the latest payslips are available. And if I can go and I can see January 15 payroll was processed, and this is my net pay right now. When I click on it, I can drill down all the information I need to see. What's my gross wages, how many benefits I'm getting in, how many deduction and taxes have been deducted. If I want to see, hey, how many deduction and taxes are there, like 3,987, what are they? And I can go and see the deductions are 229 and taxes are 3,757. If I want to further drill down the deduction, I can see that what deductions are coming out from my payroll. As you can see, dental, medical, and vision. So this is the level of the information available for your employee, where they can see all their pay stub information. As you can see, icon on top as an email icon. If I click on it, it will send the pay stub to my registered email address. It will give a notice as soon as it's processed, and it's going to process in the background. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to wait for it. As soon as it's processed in the background, the email will come to my inbox, and I can have the hard copy of the pay stub. I'm going to move on to the next section to see the balances, to the leave balances. And just wanted to show you in the pay stub very quickly, as you saw the gross wages, and you can see the leave hours right there. So the timesheet I enter for the first week for 40 hours I was on leave, you can see that, yes, I was on PTO 40 hours on the first week. Similarly, I want to see the balance now. So that, yes, I was on vacation. I want to see the balance. How many balance are remaining for my PTOs? The balance is 19 days. And if I click on my remaining leave balance, it will give me the detailed information, how much balance is available for me. So if I see a PTO, that's the only vacation I used so far. I haven't used the jury duty or sick time off right now. So I use the PTO. When I click on the PTO, it will take me to further detail and show me that, hey, I was on vacation or PTO on January 1st, 21 for 8 hours. And from January 4, 2021, for 5 days, I was on PTO for 40 hours. So this level of information is always available handy for your employee to see, and they can manage their vacation. They don't have to ask or call HR that, hey, how many PTOs do I have left? Or they don't have to go and look at their pay stub, that if their pay stub offers you to see the balance. This information is right there handy on their handheld device. The last section I want to cover as we move on is the benefit. So the benefit is actually tells you that how many benefits I'm enrolled in right now, or how many benefits or deductions are coming out from my pay stub. So as you can see, I'm enrolled in 401k deduction, I'm enrolled in dental program, I'm enrolled in medical program, I'm also enrolled in vision program. I would like to see the detailed information about the dental. I can click on dental. It will take me to show all the information, and will also show me that what my contribution is towards the dental, $82, and that's the 82 is coming out from my paycheck. And I can verify it by looking at my paycheck and drill down to the pay stub information. Yes, 82 was the one, I selected it, and this is coming out from my paycheck. And you can drill down any benefit. Now, most of the time, in North America, you offer a new benefits as an open enrollment. When the open enrollment period comes in, the employees normally don't know what's the changes would be in a future plan, unless the open enrollment period is not open for them. So as soon as the open enrollment period is open, they can go and see all the benefits are offered in the future, and all the amounts or the contribution amount has changed. The app, self-service app, allow them to see the future plan if they're available. So right now it's January, it's not open yet, but as soon as your HR department or HR folks define or configure the new plans for 2022, they come into the system, they set up the new 22 plan. Even though the open enrollment period is not open yet, the employee can go and see the future plan, and they can see all the changes coming on their way, and they can plan ahead even before the open enrollment period is open. And it's going to make it easier for them because they already know what changes are. Even though, yes, we have a lot of the whole month for the open enrollment, but this gives them a picture already. So that's kind of a conclusion to our demo today for the self-service. It's 2:28. I think we are right on time, and we would like to actually have the question answer Q&A open for everybody if they have any Q&A or any questions related to the employee self-service. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining the demo today.
Thanks, Imran. That was a great presentation and demo. And I know that Maheen, our colleague, has been busy answering many questions that have come in while you were presenting. There are a few that still need to be answered. So let me see if we can pick up on a few. So start with the first one. Is it possible for time, I think this is it possible for time entry to hit the department first and then the job number?
It is possible to hit the department first and then the job number?
Right, I think, is it possible for time? I think what they mean is for time means
yes.
For maybe a time entry to hit a department and then the job number.
Yes, you can enter the timesheet against the department if you want to. As you can see that I'm entering my timesheet against the company, department, or level, or the account. I can choose it from the timesheet and hit the save. And this time of the 8 hour will hit the department. It is possible.
Thank you. The next question is about how many users can really access the app. So I don't think there is any limit, but you can clarify this. Like how many users can you have accessing the app? There's no limit, right?
The employee limit for the timesheet?
Not just the timesheet. I think the question is related to the overall app. Is there? I mean, how many users can you have for the app?
There's no limit for the app.
Okay, thank you. Let me just scroll and look at some of the other questions. I think this is regarding the in and out entries. So in and out tied verbatim to the number of hours entered. That is
correct. And that
someone's working 8 to 5.
So right now the in and out feature is not available in the timesheet. However, this will be available, and that's our next target to develop the in and out feature, where your employee can either enter the in and out time manually, or they can have a check-in, check-out within the timesheet.
Okay. And the next question, I think this is about multi-language support. So does this support dual languages or multiple languages, and in this case, English and Arabic?
Definitely, we will be working on that, yes.
Okay, that's a future roadmap, right? Is access to ESS based on a separate monthly fee?
Yes. It's not monthly, it's a licensing fee. It's a separate module than the CMiC Enterprise. So yes, you will have two licensing. One is the CMiC Mobile and one is the CMiC Self-Service.
Okay. And when it comes to leaves, or maybe vacation days, can they be shown only in terms of days, or is hours also an option?
So the dashboard shows you in terms of the days, because that's what mostly employees see, that how many days are available. But when you go to the detail, when you take it, then it shows you both. It shows you the number of days available and the number of hours, number of days you took and the number of hours you took.
Okay. I'm grouping a couple of questions related to the availability. So is the ESS app available now, and is it also available on the different app stores?
It's available. It's not available right now on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. It will be available. We will be announcing it through the marketing. We are working very hard. Hopefully, we will be announcing it very soon to release this app in both on Google Play and the iOS version. Yes.
Okay. The next question is it possible to enter the start and end time, and the hours can be calculated?
It will be available. Yes. It's not. That's the in and out time. It will be available in our next version. That's what we are currently working on. And the in and out feature will be available, and it will automatically calculate your total hours worked on the day.
Thank you. The next one is, can the same employee have different rates for different jobs, that is prevailing wages?
Can you repeat that, Nitin?
Sure. So can the same employee have different rates for different jobs?
Oh yeah, that's the backend solution where you can set up a different rate for different job for the prevailing wage, definitely. And people or the employee wouldn't know. Employee will simply select the projects or their different costs, and if they are defined as a different rate, then definitely the payroll will pay them accordingly.
Okay. Audrey mentions that this is a great demo. Thank you, Audrey. And there's also a question there. Is there a maximum number of approvers, regular profiles, and projects?
There's no maximum number of approval. You just give a privilege whoever would you like to. You can give access to the multiple approver, and as they come in on your way, they can actually monitor those requests and approve them as they come in. So there's no number of defined approver. You can define as many as you want.
All right. And another question in terms of the availability, is this only available for R12?
Yes, this is only available for R12 release.
Okay. Another question is, can you attach documents to timesheet for special documents outside of 2 to 4?
Not at this moment, not through the app.
Okay. So maybe we'll have time for another couple of quick questions. If ESS Mobile was rolled out to field craft workers, can we limit the modules by groups they can use?
So for the fields employee or for the crew members, we do offer a crew timesheet, and that's our separate module or separate app where your foreman can manage your crews and then enter your crew timesheet for your fields worker and for your laborers.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you allow them to enter their own timesheet, which mostly unlikely, you can configure them as an e-timesheet user. That's perfectly fine.
Right. And can a supervisor enter the time for a group of employees at once?
Yes.
Okay. Can you expand that a bit, or is it like?
Yes. So as you saw that team members, you can build your team as a supervisor. If you're a supervisor, you log into the self-service and you can see all the team you have built, and which I showed as an employee timesheet. At once. What he can do, you're entering a timesheet one by one in the employee timesheet. You can copy it from the previous period, but if you want to enter at once, and if you're a foreman or you're a field employee, if they're a field employee, then again I would say or redirect you to the crew timesheet where you can enter, or supervisor can enter all their member timesheet at once.
Okay, and can the job and cost code numbers be added to the timesheet?
It will be added. We are working on it. That's the suggestion came in. Yes, we will be adding the cost codes. Yes.
All right. There are quite a few more questions, but I think we're pretty much on the hour, unless you want to take a few more around. Otherwise, we can always get back to
I'm
those.
okay.
Right. So the next one is to enter time for an employee. You would assign the employee to the user. And
can you repeat that? Okay.
Yeah. Does the timesheet program include? This question is not very clear. I'm sorry. I mean, does the timesheet program include or have GPS to know where the person is?
Oh no. Right now we are not logging it right now. I know that's the request came in a couple of times. When we will be introducing a check-in time and check-in out, that's where we will be recording a geolocation that when the employee check in, then we will record their GPS location. That he was on the job site and that's where he started to talk. And then he check out, and that where we will be recording it the GPS location. So that feature will come out when we introduce the check-in, check-out.
Right. And maybe we have time for just a final one. So can employee costs, hours in pay translate to different rates for billing to client?
Oh yeah, definitely you can do that, but that's the backend configuration. It's not related to this employee self-service. The employees is simply selecting the cost code, but that can be translated to different rate or different cost, different rate pay rate. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we're right on the hour, and quite a few questions have come in. So so thank you, for a very engaging presentation and demo, Imran. For everyone who joined us today, we are now at the end of the hour, and that concludes today's webcast. So thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Okay, thank you everyone.